Oh, thank you for putting up that Among Us video as well the other day, Chaos. I had a great time watching it.
You're welcome. I actually rendered like 8 of them, so more will be going up in the near future.
Oh, I'm so
watched
happy.
it too.
Well, I remember that one just because those were my only two imposter games of when we played Among Us for 6 hours, and both of which I done so well. that's literally the only. And now I just know that I just have to watch myself be good and explain door sensors to everyone.
I should not have been hit there.
You shouldn't. I just watched that now. That was foolish.
Yeah, I shouldn't have gotten hit there at all. I'm in the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Which one of you really likes this movie, Liam?
Me. It's amazing. Hunchback of Notre Dame is probably the most underrated Disney movie ever.
You should talk to Slyro. He loves it. He put it in like his top 5 Disney films.
Yeah, agreed. People who like it love it, but then there are a bunch of people who are just like, no, I've never seen that one.
I haven't either. I've never seen it.
Yeah, and it's a real shame because it is really good.
Dude, I actually forgot how incredibly colorful the Dream Eaters are. I really love it. The color scheme, the color schemes of them are really nice.
I like the Dream Eaters better than the Unversed.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
Like the Unversed are my least favorite enemies. Obviously, I think Heartless are my favorite though. I think I prefer Heartless to Nobodies.
I think we had this discussion in like the first stream, but yeah, I think Heartless are better if you don't consider like organization members.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, we have had this conversation, yeah.
Got hit there? Must have been
Have you seen the sequel to Hunchback? No, I refuse to acknowledge it. I refuse to.
Most Disney sequels, unfortunately.
Hey, the Aladdin sequels were good.
I refuse to acknowledge the sequel to Hunchback because there's no sequel to Hunchback. Hunchback was not a story invented by Disney. It doesn't have a sequel. It'd be like making Titanic 2.
Titanic 2, the boat comes back up.
Aren't they making like a real life Titanic 2? Like as soon as that one crashes, we can make another movie about it?
Oh yeah, they are. They are actually making a boat again called the Titanic that's going on the same journey. But Chaos, you mentioned the Aladdin sequels. I agree. Aladdin 2 was pretty good. I have a very guilty pleasure for Aladdin 3.
I think they're both. I don't think it's a guilty pleasure. I think they're both good films.
Aladdin 3 with it's King of Thieves, right? That's what it's called.
It's the King of Thieves. It's his dad, and they're trying to get the Midas finger or whatever that turns everything to gold.
Yeah, that's such a good one. It has one of my favorite songs in it.
Yeah, they're both
Are you
like
in or out?
Oh, dude, yeah, that one's really good. But like all 3 of those songs are really, or all 3 of those movies, I mean, are really good.
Yeah, I'd say Aladdin just like pretty much nailed it.
Lion King 2 is also a good film.
Lion King 2 is very good.
Some people, I like the original Lion King more, but I can totally understand that there are some people in the world who like the second one even better than the first.
Yeah, I can kind of get behind that. Yeah, I don't agree with it. I prefer the first one.
I prefer the first one, but if someone comes to me and says like, I love both Lion Kings, I think I like the second one a bit more, I'd be like, that's fine.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would go
Matata.
too insane.
We have to ask Lion King expert Wildcat, which one is your favorite?
Tuna Matata. Are you in or out? I know a lot of people were just very, can I say horny? I've said it. A lot of people were very horny for Kovu from Lion King 2. That is just a...
You're welcome to use the word horny. You can even say horny on main if you want, but I'd prefer you didn't, like, bring up the concept of people being horny for animals.
They were.
They were, but we don't have to acknowledge it.
That's true. That is also true. We could just talk more about Meow Wow.
I just killed 3 of them in a single swipe.
As well, that's the best thing about Meow Wows. They keep coming back like any good Meow Wow would.
I love look at the way they bounce around the field. I do love that. They're so adorable.
No, they're just so... Someone had a really fun day in the Kingdom Hearts office going, what if I just made a really fat cat that bounces? And they went, yeah, print.
Someone asked in chat, Liam, do you like Alvin and the Chipmunks?
No.
Okay.
Next question. I haven't seen any of the quote-unquote live action ones, if you class that as live action.
Yeah.
The only one I've seen is the one that came out in like the 90s, and even then I was like, this isn't great.
I saw the live action ones because my nephew was obsessed with them, so I got to watch all of them.
assume they're not good.
I don't really remember. It was a while ago.
They were fine for what they were.
Yeah, that's kind of how I remember it being like, this is okay.
Let me put it this way, Liam. I didn't regret going to see them once in theater. If I ever went to watch them again, I'd be like, why? What?
Okay.
There are so many other things I could have done today.
Yeah, it's one of those films where you go to see it and you're like, it wasn't terrible, but I wouldn't watch it again.
It's not a film.
I wouldn't pay to watch this again.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's not a film that makes me. There was one time I walked out of a theater. But I never walk out of theaters, but I definitely have been in a theater before watching a movie and had the thought, I should just leave in the middle of the film.
I've had that
I had that thought when I was watching the most recent Star Wars film with my uncle and aunt, but I was with my uncle, aunt, and cousins. And I was like, I'm not going to get up and walk out when I'm here watching this movie with them. But I was halfway through Rise of the Skywalker, whatever the 9th film is, and I was like, dude, I'm wasting my time.
I didn't watch it. I love Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I didn't even watch the 9th film.
I like the concept of Star Wars, but I only like the concept of Star Wars during the Clone Wars.
The Star Wars story as a whole I love, but episode 7 was pretty good, but the combination of 7, 8, 9, there was nothing, there wasn't enough there to make me be like, I want to see how this story ends. I just didn't care.
7 was one of those films where I was like, it was worth watching this. I didn't watch 8, and then I read the synopsis on it, and I watched some clips of it, and I was like, this is one of the worst things I've ever seen before in my life. And then I went and watched the 9th one, and I was like, I don't know which one is worse, but they're both terrible.
Notre Dame's on fire.
Yeah, that happened.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Chaos, you might not even enjoy Hunchback of Notre Dame. There's a whole song, if I can curse for 1 second, there is a whole song titled Hellfire.
Is that a curse?
Yes.
Hell is, yeah.
If you
I didn't
use
know.
it,
Some people do consider it a curse, some people don't. I don't know.
It's a curse word depending on the context of the word. If you're talking about the place, it's not really a curse word. But I just refrain from saying it, period.
If you use it as I can't think of the term now. I know what I'm thinking of in my head. If you use it in exclamation.
Instead of what the heck?
Yeah. Oh damn! I missed an elephant.
Well, no, it's a curse word if you use it in any context other than the location.
I missed an elephant.
Although the name of the song that he said, that's probably not a curse because it's
no.
a fire of the location.
Yes, he's literally talking about Hellfire,
the fire in HFIL.
Yes, the fire in hell.
So again, that's a use of location, which means it isn't really a curse word in my books at least.
And it's probably the least Disney song ever that's in a mainstream Disney film. And it's
that word is the word that Maleficent says in the film and in Birth by Sleep.
Ah.
She says and she uses it as a location with all the powers of HFIL.
He sings it because he's falling in love with the gypsy woman. He wants her.
Does Quasimodo fall in love with the gypsy?
No, the clergyman does, the bad guy.
The bad guy falls in love with the gypsy?
He wants.
I mean, I can't blame him. Have you seen the gypsy?
He wants her. I believe it's a direct quote. He just he's horny on main for her. He craves her flesh, but then he sings the whole Hellfire song where he's like, I can't stop thinking about her, and this desire is burning my skin like hellfire, and I feel like I'm sinning.
Interesting.
It's a really good film.
So can't swear, but can talk about this man being horny on main.
I mean, I didn't talk about it. I just chose not to stop Liam.
That's true.
No, but that's just what the story is. That's the story of Hunchback.
Speaking of stories, I've been re-watching The 100. I just finished the 3rd season. Again.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned it's in the first stream. How's it been going?
Fantastic. It's as good as I remember. Season 3 is a bit of it's weird. Season 3 I feel is one of the better seasons, but the second half of it is one of the better seasons. The first half of it, they make some mistakes, I feel like. But
I don't want to. Go on. Sorry.
But anyways, the 100 is like, I just want to say again, it's a very well-made show, and every single season is on Netflix. I would highly recommend it. I'm really looking
How many
forward.
seasons are there?
Huh?
How many seasons are there?
7 now.
Oh my god.
7 is the last one. All the episodes are around 40 minutes, and every season usually has 13 episodes. Some of them have 16. But I watched, like, when I started watching the 100, season 3 was in the process of airing. So I, like, watched through those, and then I watched it as every season released, except the final season. So that's why I'm rewatching it now, so that I can, like, you know, one last hurrah of the 100 before I watch the final climactic season.
I don't want to say where I got up to in the 100 in case anyone starts watching it, because where I got up to is like a hard spoiler. But I may go back and watch it.
What, do you know what season you were in?
I think it was 3.
Oh, does it have to do with the word alley, maybe?
Yeah, that sounds real familiar.
Yeah, that's what I just got done watching. That's like, that's one of the best, like, plot beats in the franchise, in my opinion.
I think I remembered why I stopped watching it now, because it was something that I was watching on television. the TV, the television.
Yeah, the 2.
You mean the tube?
Tube.
And then they stopped showing it on the channel that I was watching, so I just didn't watch it anymore because I couldn't find where to watch it, so I just stopped.
I don't know if it's on
British
British Netflix, but on American Netflix they have all 7 seasons.
I think it is.
Get a VPN.
I would highly recommend.
Yeah, ExpressVPN brought to you. I'm waiting. Everyone does.
Yeah, Chaos. Go get sponsored by ExpressVPN.
By what?
ExpressVPN.
I don't know what that is.
It's a VPN.
Oh yeah, obviously it's a VPN, but I used NordVPN when I tried a VPN once.
Oh, there you go. Try.
Didn't.
get
Well, no. Then
sponsored
I
by Nord.
immediately asked NordVPN for a refund because it didn't fix my problem.
Oh, fair.
They probably won't sponsor you then.
Most likely not. Because I
Imagine
remember
if it had
as
fixed
I
your
asked
problem.
for a refund, they were like, "This conversation is recorded," and I'm like, "There goes that. I've shut that door."
But if it had fixed your problem, imagine the sponsorship you could have got.
Yeah, I'm sure NordVPN is really looking for a streamer with an average audience of like 20 to 40 viewers that has like 15k subs on YouTube. That's definitely their demographic.
You never know.
I can sponsor you on the YouTube. Tube. Oh, that's one of my favourite things is Lauren doing a mocking British accent.
I forgot this Pinocchio track is actually really good. I mean, it's not a Pinocchio song, but it's from the Pinocchio world in Dream Drop Distance.
It's really fun.
I like these big men with their capes.
The panda bears.
Yeah.
The big men.
They're big.
They're big men.
I quite like them. I like these little dudes. I keep forgetting what their names are.
The lizard jumpers things.
No, all of them.
Dream Eaters.
Oh, Dreamweavers.
Thank
No,
you.
they're eaters.
Are they? I thought they were weavers. I've had
I
this
think
before.
weavers are when they're on your side, they're weavers. Maybe when they're not, they're eaters. But I don't.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure they're always called Dream Eaters. I think you made the word weaver up. Dreamweaver, I think is. Are you mixing it up with Aqua's final move, which is Spell Weaver?
Possibly, yes. I maybe just be mixing everything together.
I'm pretty sure they're always called Dream Eaters, but I don't remember.
Well, they're
Yeah,
very
that's
fun.
correct.
There's a song called Dreamweaver, apparently.
I'm pretty sure you are correct.
Does anyone know if it's possible to buy the X Evolution Digimon movie? I'm pretty sure you can find that movie in 360p on YouTube, the full movie sub. That's how I watched it.
Which one?
A Japanese-only Digimon movie.
I tell you a video I watched the other day. That was actually really good. You might enjoy it, Chaos.
It was an Among Us video from Chaos in the Sky 13 on
I mean,
YouTube.
I did enjoy that. That was brilliant. I'll try and find it. Don't wait for me.
Where does that username come from, Chaos?
I hate this question because I don't know the answer. I can tell you the 13 is because YouTube wouldn't let me just put Chaos in the Sky, and I was playing Kingdom Hearts at the time, but I didn't want to use the Roman numerals from Organization 13, so I just put the number 13. I've had Chaos in the Sky as a name I've used since I was like 11.
Interesting. I also hate that question because everyone will be like, where does Lamborg come from? And I'm like, my friend tried to type my name, Lauren, and typoed it really bad on purpose, and it was Lamborg. And then
that's amazing. Oh, dude, the Dream Eater, I forgot that there were like Dream Eater tigers that I just got to hit.
Yeah, I just saw them.
They're so sick.
If you have a spare 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, I'm just overflowing. Remember how I said I was rewatching the 100? I'm just overflowing with free time, considering how long those episodes are.
If you have a spare 2 hours and 40 minutes, there's a YouTube user called Billiam, who's done a retrospective look back at all of the Digimon series.
Man,
and I really enjoyed it.
On one hand, I'm like, I do love Digimon, and I appreciate you trying to get me to watch something neat. But on the other hand, like, a lot of times I really hate listening to other people talk about things I like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, unless they're like friends of mine, like you and Michael and etc. Because I like talk to Michael and slime them about stuff I like all the time. But like, dude, I just hate listening to someone talk about something I like, and then they say something I disagree with, and then I can't immediately tell them why they're wrong.
You might enjoy his take on the first season with the original Digidestined, because there's nothing but glowing praise.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is I want glowing praise for first of all, I don't have glowing praise for any of them because I think they all have issues. But my favorite season is season 4, and that's the one that everyone craps on.
Oh, that's the one with the where they
turn
fuse.
into the Digimon.
Yeah. I've never seen that one.
It's probably either that or O2 is my favorite.
I really like 3.
Yeah, 3 is the standard, everyone's favorite. It's really good.
The whole ending arc of 3 was amazing.
D Reaper was really nice.
The D Reaper. Never have I watched it and been never have I watched it and genuinely thought they were going to lose or something like that. And that made me think at several points, I was like, they're just not going to win this fight. I don't know how I know they're going to win because it's Digimon, but I don't know how.
They're going to win by shoehorning in Rio and giving him magical Tsukuyamon powers.
Yeah, whereas every other Digimon, I was like, they're just going to Digivolve again and win. Not that's a bad formula, but that's how I always get to the end of Digimon. But that one, I was like, I can't see how they're going to win.
I don't agree with the concept that there's one Digimon season that's the best. I just think any of the first 4 are acceptable options.
Yes, there's good parts of all of them. Like season 2 when they have to go around the real world gathering the Digidestined. That's an amazing arc. That's just really fun to watch because you get to see Digimon that you hadn't seen all the time, like Betamon, and then they Digivolve into Seadramon, and you're like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know Betamon became Seadramon, and now I do. And you're like, and because you tend to forget that, Digidestined can have any Digimon, and that was the first one that kind of showed it because up until that point, there'd only been obviously the first set of Digidestined and the second set, which were Ty's bunch and then Davis's bunch, and their Digimon partners was the only one of those kinds you saw. You only ever saw one Gabumon, and that was Max. Whereas in season 2, when they found other Digidestined, it was yeah, my Digimon partner's Kiwimon, and you'd seen a ton of Kiwimons, and it's oh. So that was for me as a kid, I was oh, so you can literally have any Digimon and just be a Digidestined. That's awesome.
Yeah, you can absolutely get stuck with Numamon and cry.
Yeah, but up until that point, I was just I thought it was Pokemon, where you have starter Pokemon. I thought there was starter Digimon for Digidestined.
That's fair.
So it was during that bit when it was someone's got what's the rock one called? Gomamon, whatever his name is. Gatsumon, yeah. Someone had Gatsumon. I was like, heck yeah, that guy has Gatsumon. That's a cool guy. I will send that to you, Carson, now. Thank you for telling me, Lamborg. I mean, me and Chaos could do like a Digimon podcast. Probably, I could talk about it forever.
Do it.
I didn't know that. You didn't tell me this.
I love Digimon like a ridiculous amount.
Same here, brother. Dude, there's so many more fast-paced songs in Dream Drop Distance than I remember there being.
Yeah, I'm not listening because obviously I just hear myself talking on the stream. But the sheer volume of enemies, I assume it's fast-paced.
Incredibly so, like way more than I remember.
Good thing Liam is here to just talk about Digimon for the next 45 hours.
Honestly, I love it. Like I just said, like I don't like hearing random people that I don't know talk about things I like, but I'm all for listening to Liam talk about it.
Oh man, I would talk about it all day.
It was a
I can't
terrible
get
ending.
enough of it. I can't get enough of Digimon. I really wish it took off the same way Pokemon did, and Digimon had like the same success with the games and stuff, because Digimon as a franchise to me is just infinitely more interesting.
I agree, but at least, you know, the fact that it didn't have that is now it's getting its renaissance.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Unlike Pokemon, which, you know, maybe controversial opinion here, is currently like in its super recession, or I don't know what you would call it. It's like
Yeah.
It's
Pokemon
not
is
doing
dying.
well.
Yeah, it's
in the
doing pretty
biggest
bad.
slump. It feels bad, yes. That's
Feels
a good way
bad,
of putting
man.
it. It feels bad.
I got a cutscene here.
Okay.